Mm. Welcome, peeps. Maybe. Okay, no stress. I'll do so. Thank you. Hello, people. I know a lot of you will be expecting to see me in the live studio today. I'm not so fine, so I decided to be home and rest a bit. And while resting, I just thought it wise to interact with a couple of people that will be very, very constructive with the topic that I just put out. As much as we know that times are hard, as much as we know that everyone is struggling, we also know that there is fire on the mountain and everyone seems to be on the run. Please look at the topic that I put out. This is not for insults because I will block you. This is no time for nonchalant attitude and bringing in harsh words to various people. Make your points and we will reach a conclusion so that we will have a good broadcast by next week. Indeed, in the southeast, structure or structures in the various states of the southeast. Anambra State have their vigilante. Enugu State have their forest guards. Imo State have theirs. Abia State, I'm sure, have theirs. Ebonyi State, of course, have theirs. Now, here is the disparity. Maybe they didn't think about inculcating the existing structure into something big. And here we have people, IPOB, bringing out ESN. ESN is here to stay. Because the reason I say it's here to stay is even if you fight it physically, you actually cannot fight it mentally. Because it's a thing of the mind. The people who have decided to be members of ESN are entirely deciding that voluntarily. They are not like the security guards inculcated in various states of the southeast. Those ones, they are either getting stipends or being paid salary. Now, the reason I'm narrating this is we have a dilemma, guys. We have a serious problem. Someone just forwarded me a pictorial of a lying guy with three motorcycles surrounding him. In the peak, what was written therein is ESN versus Neighborhood Watch. I don't know how true that picture is, but I think it's something that is worth talking about. Trust me, if I don't have nothing to say, I don't come online. It's not a money-making venture for me. It's a serious place for serious-minded people. If in my sick health I am able to do this live broadcast, just know it that it's not a child's. The reason, a couple of people have said that the reason why the state governors of the Southeast seriously. What I care about this evening is the fact that in the same terrain, what does he loom? If you're visionary, you will just know that something either good or bad is about to happen. Good in the sense that if peradventure the recruited candidates of a Bubago will eventually merge with ESN, then we have a good outcome. But if eventually the recruited guys in a Bubago, or ESN are not able to merge. This broadcast is a broadcast for serious minded people. It's not a broadcast for banter. It's not a broadcast for insults. It's also not a broadcast for shallow minded people. It's a broadcast that will yield dividend if eventually we get a good outcome from this very broadcast that will lure us into the next week's broadcast in a larger society on earth. So it all depends on what we make out of this particular broadcast. Then we will then ascertain if actually it is worth rebroadcasting for next week as a program. Here is the thing again. The two factions of both ESN and Ebubago may believe in the same goal. May believe in the same goal. What is the goal? Practically achieving the security of the Southeast. That's the main goal. Every other goal is secondary. The primary aim of establishing ESN is Nchekwa. The primary aim of establishing Ebubago is for Nchekwa. The disparity is we already assume that the is the people told orders from the people who installed them, doing the biddings of the people who installed them. What we are scared of is, are they really going to do the bidding of the people who they are to guide? I think that's the disparity. And the primary aim of ESN is Nchekwa, for the people, by the people, and with the people. So if we are not well guided, we may practically misunderstand ourselves. And in misunderstanding ourselves, we may begin to fight ourselves. I'm doing this in English because in Igbo we have transliteration, so that you will not misunderstand what I have said in one way or the other way. What do you think about what I'm saying? Is there a way that we can open up our hearts to agree that though we still live in Nigeria, we still live in the Southeast, we still have a duty in the states of the Southeast? Although we have ESN, whose primary and secondary aim is to protect the lives and properties of the Igbo man, we still know it in our heads that those in the Southeast, including the Ebubago, the neighborhood much. Thank you. Either as Ebubago or as ESN or as neighborhood watch or as vigilantes, the picture that someone this evening, I'm saying this picture down, lifeless, and 3 motorbikes. All is are not just brothers, but bloodlines. That's the essence for this topic. It may not make sense to you, It may simply not make sense to you, but it makes a lot of sense to me. It really does. If someone can send me a picture this evening and say ESN versus neighborhood watch on the ground, whom we don't begin now to harness these various factions, I see that may be when begins to feel threatened by the other party, when the other party refuse to acknowledge that the job of either of them is to do same thing, same way, however way. So please let me hear from you. Let's hear from you. I think I need to designate a particular line to this conversation so that in case I'm not reading out all the comments that I'm seeing, you can at least call and we get things right. Hold on a bit. Let me get it done. Uh, Okay, if you are on YouTube, I just pasted a number. If you are watching me on YouTube, please call +234 809 696 1905. If you're watching me on YouTube or you're watching me on Facebook, please call +234 809 696 1905. You can call in and make your inputs. Edubago to fish out in the hands of Fulani headsmen. When it leaves their duty to hunt for ESN, let them lives and properties of its citizens. Okay? Ikechukwu Dennis says, greetings, ezigbo nwa ada Igbo Ijele. Uh, okay, it's just a compliment. Okay, then underneath I see my take on this is that ESN is the best security outfit that have the power and concern to fight our enemies, of which we all know that a Bubagu is created by Southeast governors to distract the ESN. Here is my reason for saying that. Southeastern governors are playing politics with our lives. If not, they would have endorsed ESN instead of creating another security outfit. Okay. Well, Hugo Bay, I don't have his contact. Sorry. Izuchukwu or El Zuchukwu Igwe, you will better go first and learn how to spell your name before you come here and talk nonsense. So, like I said, it is not for low heads. This conversation, abro for a corner. This conversation is a serious conversation. Nana says, I think together and have a table talk. Now, here I'm going to pick this one. Let's even dissect this. Amy, if Amy can't Nana, if really the two parties are expected to come together and have something like a roundtable discussion, you know, there is this ego with men who needs to go and meet who. You will see it creeping. In all honesty, you will discover that when they are supposed to become very reasonable, the super ego will show forth, where this ESN will want a Bubago to succumb and come, so they have a round table, or a Bubago will feel this sense of entitlement, having been elected or having been directed by the sitting governors of the state to be the ones whom ESN would need to come and meet. So, what do you think about that as well? Let's have a healthy conversation. Okay, Eze Okechukwu says ESN have a ground structure across the entire East. We call Southeast and South South. ESN is the only striking force against the marauding terrorist headsmen. Okay, Romeo Onyeka, I don't know whom you're asking. Are you okay? For now, I'm sick. So if you want to tell me sorry, please tell me sorry. Thank you. Balance Well Namumbai. Oh, that's a good name. He says two of them can work together if the neighborhood or Lago can focus on their duty and leave ESN alone. Let's understand the focus. Balance well. I'm trying to dissect your comment. If the two of them can alone. Okay, do you think also that the Bubago will become in search of the ESN apparatus, or that the ESN will now leave the people Fanachinofia and begin to look for the Ibubago people? I need to understand why you said if the two factions can focus. The reason I'm asking this question is, you see, sometimes you come into a family, someone in that family is PDP, another person in that family is APC, and maybe the last child in that family is YPP, but they are brothers. Are we trying to say that these three brothers in the family sphere will cease to be brothers because they are of various factions of political divide? Let's get it well, balance well. You may just contribute further down below. I'll read out. Thank you. Ogugu Chinedu Ideju Ogugu says ESN covered all. ESN is the best security network in Africa. Indeed, there is no doubt about that because they have a striking and formidable force. Little we've heard about them, I have never seen either of them. They may even be your neighbors. Don't get this wrong. They may be your next door neighbors who are really about ESN. Everything they are is about ESN. You may not know them because they are your neighbors, but indeed they are the ones guiding and keeping you safe all the way. So, yes, I may agree. Though, if they inculcate a bubago, that's if they've not. But if they eventually inculcate a bubago, we might as well be seeing them around, maybe identifying them with the kind of uniforms that they will be wearing, as the case may be. So, if ESN covered all, you think from your write-up that there was no need absolutely, but Ian Nekubo, we all know this. But the fact that they've already established a new divide called a bubago, I'm asking again, is there a way the two can harness and do the same job without having a little banter or fracas amongst themselves? That's the reason I'm asking this question. If you come online, I say welcome to you. My name is Oziome Ejiofo. If you call me Ijele, I'ma answer you. If you look at the topic at the top of this broadcast, you will understand the question that I'm asking. So if you've got the question, please write me. If not, please you can call the number that I pinned on the broadcast. If you're in Facebook, please call in. If in case, should in case, you prefer to be heard instead of being misunderstood from your writer. Thank you. Exactly, Jelle. But in this critical time, they have to understand themselves as a one big family, which means same blood, thanks. Okay, I agree with you really, which is the reason for this broadcast. My dear, my only advice to you is to be careful while talking about this ESN issue. Those people are God sent. Take it or leave it. Where were Ebubago before? Or for Anayo, I may need to address this. I take your advice. Manonya si anya de mma si hotoro gbagbuo. The reason we're doing this is because we acknowledge the ESN. But the establishment of Ebubago, we cannot take away. So, Ofanayo, when you're warning me or threatening me to be careful in talking about the issue of ESN, I tell you the truth. If we don't talk about it, they will be probably existing but not living. The reason for Gianni Jalo is because we give them credence in whatever that they've done, and we acknowledge the fact that they are existing and yet living. So please take out that advice for me because I already have it behind my mind and give me an input. Thank you, Ofwanayo. Former Bara, what is a Yoruba man doing in a Bubago outfit? Note that they are not that they are not good, but they know who is who in Igbo land, and that tells you something is wrong in the formation. Okay, okay. Thanks for this information. You see why a live broadcast is very important. If Lunifomo Baga just gave me an idea that as much as na inculcate the Bubago, there is a Yoruba man in it. If that is what I'm getting from her message, what is a Yoruba man doing in a Bubago outfit? Not that they are not good, but they know who is who in Igbo land. And that tells you something is wrong in the formation. If this is a riddle, please clear me very well. But if this is factual, please, I need a link to see if there is any group already answering the Bubago, because I haven't seen any. Maybe I haven't been up and doing this week on the internet, but I haven't seen any group answering a Bubago yet. I'm just hearing a Bubago existing in a vacuum. Except you've seen, if you please clear me, thank you. Okay, someone is saying, Frank Uche, Ijele, how are you? I'm watching from Russia. Okay, thank you there. Ijele, let's tell ourselves the truth. The wrong mistake ESN will do is to join Ebubago, because governors will politicize it because the so-called governors are not working in the interest of our people. Okay, let's clear these as well. I don't know the reason you say they are not working in the interest of our people. Okay, let's assume that we've pressurized them to the point that they had to do the needful, even though it was like we were giving them serious heat. Maybe because they've seen ESN sprouting and doing exploits, and then they felt redundant that they are going to be seen as weak or not able to do the needful when it was a clarion call. But what they don't have the interest of the people at heart. Are you saying that a Bubago in itself are not going to protect, even if not in the bush, but in the township where a couple of people live? Are you saying, aside the police, a Bubago may not be even helpful, even in township, to protect lives and properties? Is that what you're saying, Frank Uche? Please explain further. Ade E. Richard says, if Nnamdi Kanu wants to force ESN in Igbo land totally as the only security force, he must get the Igbo's mandate. Okay, it's a good one. But Ade, you see, Nnamdi Kanu is an entity that is existing like in a vacuum on his own. The governors in the southeast think he should come to them, as much as I know that a couple of them have invited him to come to them. But since it's working, and on the ground, he is establishing a security outfit that is existing and behaving as needed by, if not half or one and a half of the Igbos. It's only a little few that are still in doubt if this will work or not. But a couple of the Igbos feel that ESN is preferable than Ebubago as installed by the governors. So it's a good advice to Mazen Nnamdi Kanu. But do you think this is achievable? Since the ESN are already on the go, even before Ebubago sprouted, do you think that ESN in Igbo land, okay, from the mandate should come from who now? If you think the Igbos should give him the mandate or give ESN the mandate, whom are at the helm of affairs that you think will represent the Igbos mandate? Is it the what they call them? What they call them again? Ohaneze Ndi Igbo. Is it the couple of them do not believe that Ohaneze is existing? And a couple of them do not even want to hear whatsoever about Ohaneze Ndi Igbo. Even though in the southeast and in Nigeria, they are existing. So which of the Igbos should give ESN the mandate as your narrative? Because that's where we have a problem. The IPOB are no longer listening to the governors. To them, the governors are not making sense. The governors feel that the IPOB are terrorist organizations and are not listening to them in power and are not respecting them in power. So whom do you think? The governors are only 4 men, 5 men. They're only 5 men controlling the southeast. Now, in the people they are controlling, half of the people they are controlling are with IPOB. Half of the people they are also controlling are part of ESN. So we in Igbo adage we say "Isimpi the na-akpampi." So they don't respect the governors. The governors feel they are not also respected. Do they have a voice? Are they? I think there is more to this your statement. If Nnamdi Kanu wants to force ESN in Igbo land, totally, as the only security force, he must get the Igbo's mandate. So, whom should be the representative of the Igbos? We have an adage in Igbo, whereas, and yet this is exactly where this thing plays in. Nobody is listening to anybody. Everybody in Igbo land is king to themselves. What you know, I know. The money you've got, I have. So, whom will represent the Igbo man to the point the person will have the guts and audacity to speak to Mazin Nnamdi Kanu to please make ESN to be inculcated in the southeast, an existing structure as governed by the governors, and you think it's workable? I doubt if it's workable. I seriously doubt if it's workable. But you can give us an idea. That's why this topic. Please give us an idea. If you have an advice or if you think it's achievable, you can air your view. Let's move on. Thank you. If I got you correctly, you're talking about open source doc because I head into what you don't mean. Emeka Asia says Ebubago was established by politicians who don't want our freedom. And ESN is established by freedom fighters. So how do you believe that light and darkness can work together? Amy Asia. Ow, ow. Okay. That makes a lot of sense. But honey, can we just uh okay bring it down to us really? This conversation is becoming very interesting. I think it's a disparity. I agree with you. There is no defense whatsoever. Amy Asia. Let me read this again in case you guys don't understand. Ebubagbo was established by politicians who don't want our freedom, and ESN was established by freedom fighters. So, how do you believe that light and darkness can work together? Okay, let's look at it like this. Amy, do you think that some of our governors may want Kendola? Do you think that some of our governors may want our freedom but do not know how to go about it? Let me even ask that question. Do you think so? Seriously, Asia, I need you to tell me, do you think that some of our governors may want our freedom in achieving Biafra, but do not know because they do not have the audacity and strength to go about it? Because all the possible, very much possible. And you were looking at what but in the real sense, they only don't know how to go about it. They are only few. So let's get going. Igbo has king. Okay, Ogugu Chinedu Ideji Ogugu says Igbo has king, and the great leader is Kano the Great. Oh, very well. But guess what, Ogugu? Not every of the Igbo believes in Nnamdi Kanu. Do you agree? Yes, he's amazing. But indeed, not everyone believes in him. Not everyone believes in his vision. Not everyone believes in his aspiration. Not everyone believes in his modalities. Not everyone believes that what he wants is achievable. In fact, some people see him as noise. Some people see him as nuisance. Some people see him as attention seeker. So indeed, he may be the great leader for you, but for some other people who do not believe in him, he's not. So that's why we're doing this. Let's remove interest, individual interest on the corner. Ka anyị kpakene otu anyị ga-esi wee achieve more security in the southeast without necessarily killing ourselves. That's the idea for this broadcast. Ka anyị na-agakwa n'ihu. Let's move on. Why purity? Ijele, no idea of what you're talking, please. Okay, educate me, purity. Let's have an idea from your own perspective. That's why we're doing a broadcast. Let's have your own idea in case I'm talking nonsense. Let's have your idea. Okay, honey, thank you. Okay, Ume Chinedume says, yes, I believe so, but they are afraid. Our leader, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, is our only savior. Okay, fair enough. Michael Okafor says, tell that to your governors. Please tell what? Let's know. Prophetic Desmond says, those who don't believe is dark people. I don't understand that. Ugu Echezona John Michael says, Southeast is secured. Once the civilians are secured, the region is secured. Yes, I agree. Okay, Onyedikachi Ejim says, let us vote 90% believe in him. No doubt. In it only. In fact, hey, sometimes we get love letters for what we say on radio. Love letters go as much as 150,000 naira fine. And we'll only need money, no way. But we shove it, and pay. In fact, I need any receipt. It's on go see the receipt in the mobile and get fair body because of what we say. So that's why when we get people who do not understand the nitty-gritty of Ihanaba, they want it to be said verbatim the way they think it should be. No, we've got codes for everything you say. So thank you for that. I'm not going to go 1 hour because this broadcast is supposed to last for just 1 hour. Okay, Chibuike Onyebuchi says, what we want is Biafra, no other thing, or we die here together. I want it too, honey. Bring it on. Okay. Iwu Rings says they should. Thank you. Daniel says, if it is not ESN, there is nothing anybody is talking about. IPOB gave them a lot of time to come up with a security outfit, but they failed. Now IPOB brought ESN, and they all should key into ESN, else it's a trash. I know Bright Daniel is laughing where he is because exactly how he wrote it is what he expected me to do. I know exactly the tone at which he wrote what he wrote. He wished he could speak. Okay, Bright Daniel, thank you so much. And truly, indeed, they had ample time to establish a security outfit. They had ample time to establish a security outfit. If you're nature, can we do your farm matter? It's okay, Moya detected. What's ya? Okay, let's go on. Prince Don, thank you. They are not afraid, but political job seekers. Okay, Amy Dollar, please, can you expand? Thank you. Kenneth Ndubisiata says Biafra or nothing. It's all right. Chris Destiny says Biafra or nothing. We can't afford to let our children meet this useless country. Don Justice says, if our governors believe they are few to fight for our Biafran freedom, why don't they support Nnamdi Kanu? Let me see. Creating their own Ebubago security outfit means they are not in support of Nnamdi Kanu, so they are enemy of Biafrans. No, I don't agree with this. Like, if they are not in support of Mazin Namdekano, then they are enemies of Biafrans. I don't think so. What I think is, I will ask the question again. Do you think that something, but because of their laxity, we are doing the needful, and they are also forced to do the needful? I think a couple of them may also want what we want, but they are handicapped. Do you think so? To me, Kanu is not just a freedom fighter, but a true son of God. You know why I laughed? Why I laughed is I think when I wasn't following Mazikano for a while, then later started following him. Then a couple of things that he had said in the past began to come forth, and it made me chuckle, really. I didn't know okay, Bana aka afa agbachaya achihaya, and then we wait for what comes forth. Or just Dika, somebody who went to an oracle or a deity to go and make promise, expecting, fighting for him, is going to give a goat to that deity. That's exactly how I saw him. Because a couple of things that he said in the past, just like play, he begins to show forth, you know, like play, begins to show forth, like as if it were some vision, you know, we say "Nyanwa dadi be na like some vision that will happen, whether you liked it or not. So I will agree with you. Ugu Echezona John Michael. Thank you for that. Kenneth, Biafra or nothing. Okay, okay. The governors are political job seekers. They are not afraid of government. Are you sure? Yola, are you sure? Really sure? They are not afraid of the government? If they were not afraid of the government, oh, kita kahaki establish bago. Mapambe mmadụ nwụbara. They've once wanted to do that. And then Muhammadu, the other IGP, came and put a halt to it, saying it was going to be community policing. Nwoke na ọdịba onye ọkọ ọkọ. So if really they Chigozie Joseph, all we need is Southeast Eastern Security Network. Okay. Our governors should be the one coming to terms with their people because now their security have been withdrawn because of the meeting they called in Ahaba, the Asaba. Okay, Ahaba. Okay. The governors should understand we can achieve so much in our land. Now, do you hear House of Fulani anymore? All you hear in that zoo, Ijele, our lives will be much better if we exit the zoo. They have been killing us start, starting from the day Lugard amalgamated the South and North together. Ugu etches and I say, I love this feeling that Uguanye is low key behind IPOB. He's the only governor that doesn't make careless statements about IPOB. Okay? One papa says Biafra we stand. Ma. Popo, okay. Emeka Asia, my man, says the violent take it by force. Freedom is taken, not by giving. If our leader is interested in our freedom, they know what to do. They have to be fearless before our oppressors. Nah, nah, You know, there is something, Amy Asia, that really I like your statement. But you know, the country at which we find ourselves is one that hates truth, is one that don't want you to speak up, is one that don't want you to be daring, don't want you to challenge authority, even though you don't challenge authority. Just let me give you an instance with Benue State. You see what's happening there? The reason that is happening there is because he speaks up. And when he speaks up, you're thinking he's going to get help? No. Ndị iro gbara ya gburugburu. And onye ndị iro gbara gburugburu na-eche ndị ya nche. So that's what's happening in Benue. So I think that's why you're seeing them being a bit careful. But it's not about fear. I think it's not about fear. It's about repercussion. They are immune. Ije obodo oyibo afịa ha ọlụ ahụ, they can go and never return. But the masses at which they endanger their lives is another thing. Because if you look at what's happening in Benue, it got to a point they want to attack the sitting government. Not be critical. You know what I mean? Yeah, they bullshit. The country is so toxic. We are challenging all the Southeast. Please, destiny. We see Southeast governors to put on a vote about who the people will follow, them and Mazin Namdekan. Oh no, that's by the way. All we need is Jesus and love among us in the Indigo. Uko Samuel. Okay. Nah, this thing Uko Samuel said. In fact, I think I need to do a program because recently I just realized that almost all the young guys around the southeast now, Nazikwa Agommo, Pare Jezuka, they don't care, man. They don't go to church anymore. They don't even send you. They wake up in the morning to one zune. They don't go to church no more. So who concern me? All we need is Jesus and love amongst the Ndibo. I doubt if the young guys of today really knows that Jesus is. And they're just getting Ogirish and putting it behind their doors and worshiping it as their God and killing chicken for it every month, giving it yam to eat. All they know is they don't want to do bad things and their God is with them. So, Jesus, so, for some guys in the southeast, but you know, without God, what if you know, listen? That's the truth. So, can we just round up, guys? I think we're done. I need to go. God gift golden. The people's choice will always be respected, and the people's choice is ESN and IPOB. So if the governors knows what is good for them, and the people they claim to be representing, they should meet Mazin Namdekano and with him, even if they believe it or not. Namdekano is now the king of Igbo land, so the governors should respect that. If not, it's not all about age or who has been there first, but the people's choice. Ofazio woman, now one woman. You know that day I said this as well, and associate what I'm capable. But the truth is sacred. You can't take that away. Truth is sacred. Jacob Milo, Ebenezer, who Jesus helped. He helped everybody. You know, but then I understand the perspective at which you're talking. Chimezio Okonkwo. Can you compare 100 people to 1,000 people? Who do you think that is bigger, please? Compare results. No, no, it's I think I have an idea of what to talk about next week. That's if this is trending, because if it's not trending, then we will show it. But if it's trending, because the picture that I see this evening, I saw this picture this evening saying Southeast Security Network versus the Neighborhood Watch, and a guy was lying dead. So I don't know whom the guy is, if he is an ESN member or if he's a security watch member, neighborhood watch member. So by next week, if this is trending, then we will have a discussion. But if this is not trending seriously, I wouldn't need to have this discussion because everywhere is still very toxic. Okay, G Lighter Willis says, much love in Jelawanya, get well soon. Okay. The Ubago cannot handle the patrol well, and they can't even deliver nothing because they are not even trained to do the job right, Ijele. Okay, thank you. Ijele, please go and join your people to make life better. I am the saint of Maz Nnamdi Kanu. Ndokako, Jidechukwu, Nekwanya. Okay. Yeah, for freedom is all we want. Chinam Sodala. Sent, IPOB or ESN are moving train. Unu azabekwana m ihe m jụrụ unu unu a na-akọ ogologo akụkọ. Lee the question adị n'elu ebe a zaana m. Only a few people have addressed it. Is there a way ESN and the existing security guards that are in various states can work together? Perhaps go do Nde Bubago one side because I haven't even seen whom is saying he's a Bubago. Leave them aside. But I'm asking if there is a way the ESN will cooperate with the existing security guards, like in my North that we have the vigilantes. Why are you mad if we or why be able thinking they are traitors? That's what I'm talking about. But we are deviating from the discussion, really, but I have to go. Onwelike, if it's trending and I bring up the topic by next week, then we will have a healthy discussion like this one. I think I like this discussion, very best discussion that I've ever had on Facebook. When I need without necessarily deviating and being destructive and stuff. Hey, Uchim, don't pray for me to go to hell. I'm in hell already. Nigeria is more than hell. Pray for me to go to heaven. Biafra is kingdom of heaven on earth. Hope you understand. If you do, help me post divine Nigeria. Nah, divide Nigeria now. Hey, Uchim. Nah, we're only on why yourself. Nah. If you really understand the colossal damages of outlawed gangsterism, you would not contemplate an ESN spearheaded by Nnamdi Kanu as a valuable solution to the. I missed that. Where is this? Where is this? Solution to the insecurity situation in the region. Even the Nnamdi knows this fact. Ask Nnamdi if such a flawed method is practicable in the country he is currently hiding in. Nah, your eloquence, bright Chimezie, is outstanding. In fact, I had to ponder again. Thank you for this. Okay, Apacino says, Benjamin says, no, we can't work together. Why not? So we should kill ourselves because we can't? No. We should kill ourselves because we can't work together. Ana m ekwuwa okwu ebube agụ, ana m ekwu okwu ndị security, ndị VGI. Unu egbunekwara m ndị VGI. Ụmụnne m nọkwa ka. Nobody should kill our VGO. They've been up and doing, really. So that's why I'm asking this question. Is there a way these people can co-opt themselves into, I don't know. I don't know, really. Ouch. What's the recruitment process of ESN? Don't you also think that the VGs, vigilantes of some areas, may want to join the ESN? Don't you think so? Yes, don't you think so? Neighbors watch for the unnatural that they would want to join ESN. Either way, don't you think so? Oh, miracle. What you go with the number before? Now, can you see check as you can have the number? Please, oh, okay. Okay, done justice. Onyekachi says they are for politicians. How do you say that? No, don't say so now. Before you maybe will be for them. They are for politicians na again. Ndị niile ha na-ejide na various villages or politicians ka ha na-akpọ ya. Ka ọ na Iran na ndị VG na-enwude ndị ori steady. I think ESN can work together with the neighborhood security under the command and leadership of Mazin Nandekan because saboteurs are everywhere. So, high level of intelligence should be applied before the both can work together. Fair enough. Done justice. Fair enough. Nandekan is not against vigilante groups. He endorsed Onitsha and a Navy vigilante group. Oh wow. Oh wow. This he should endorse no fija vigilante na ha na-anya ajọ alụ. Wow. Really? I didn't know that. Thank you for this broadcast, really. Ugwechezona, thanks for that. Chukwuemeka Onya, yes, ESN can work together with security outfits. Only ESN will be in charge of them all. Because anything formed by one Nigeria is compromised. Fair enough. Chukwuemeka Onya, God bless you, guy. Thank you for this. Fair enough. The VG must be on ground. I agree. I agree. Except if the ESN will recruit indigenes of the town. Indigenes of the town. If ESN will recruit indigenes of the town, then there won't be any need for any other, if you know what I mean. The vigilante are compromised in some area in the land, my sister. Prince Wilson Chimezie Dibia. Okay. Okay, Michael, let me do you an honor by reading what you just wrote and then give you a feedback. You really have a problem in the head. The country that the country that he is right now, does government support and sponsor terrorism? Does terrorists go to the towns and wipe out an entire community? Does women get raped and butchered in the place he is? Mugu. um, Michael Okafor, you see how I'm looking at your write-up because you ended up not making sense. That's why I said the best thing to do here now is making constructive statements so that we can read out and understand your perspective. But you ended up making a mockery of yourself because you just read you really have a problem in the head. I'm wondering whom you're talking to. Are you replying somebody that just made his candid statement or opinion, or you're replying me that is doing my program on my broadcast page, or you're talking to all and sundry listening and writing their opinions? You just made a fool of yourself, Michael Okafor. So if you need to insult people because you want to make a comment, then you're an idiot. You didn't write well. So get this mugu across to yourself as the mugu because you ended up not making sense at all. I just gave you credence by doing good radiance to bad rubbish. So guys, vigilante must stand to do the necessary need on the ground, while ESN will be for the bush, provide provided they do not go astray. Yeah, fair enough again. God knows, Menudo must stand vigilante, must stand to do the needful on ground. Okay, while ESN will be for the bush, provided they do not go astray. I can agree. G light, the number is up. I can't even trace it, honey. But if you insist, I can bring it out. ESN will not trust the vigilante. Raymond Okeke is talking now. VGs should work under the control of ESN. That is the only way both can work together. You forgot that sense of entitlement, Nneko. Okay, the reason I will want to differ a bit is okay, let me put in this number. Some people just insist they want the number. Okay, hold on. Oh, we gotta go, guys. Okay, we'll just take one call and then we dash out. ESN will not trust the vigilante. Okay, I think that's another very bitter truth that has come by this evening. ESN will not trust the vigilante. VGs should work under the control of ESN. That is the only way both can work together. But I need to make a problem out of this because the VGs are under the control of the town. Remember, the town. Ime ka ha nọdụ under the command of ESN, don't you think will create a disparity in their ways of doing things? But if the ESN can give advisory role to the vigilantes, I think it makes more sense. So that anya menwe masters colliding amongst themselves, just like the day I discussed about Mazin Namdekano and Wazirike. You understand? So we don't have a clash of interest. But if ESN is Imago giving a fatherly advisory role, remember the vigilantes are existing structures, and then we're a hierarchy of vigilantes in each of the community. So giving them orders by ESN is not like it's not workable because Nanda Tolonda, no. It's because these people are spearheaded by various towns, and ESN are working for all the towns. But if they are given advisory roles on ground foot soldier ability to the existing vigilantes, I think this will go a long way. That's what I think. My candid opinion. So guys, ona ade amnoko. Ona ade mnoko. Okay, Mazinam Kano has made it clear that there should be no Ebubago and we stand with him. He even mentioned countless times to he wrote so he wrote the so-called governors over the same security situation without without no reply from them because of their selfish reasons. I wish Nandi governors and our grant the press interviews. I come here demand the one for one of these letters. Can you go can you read the ban? Can you? But if somebody can beg Mazi to give me that letter, oh God, I got no code the other side. We are worshippers of Biafra and we believe in Chukwukabiam. Our chief priest is Prophet Nnamdi Kanu Hamadike Biafra. ESN can't work with other services because ESN have a strong training, but if they can control, if they can be controlled by ESN, then good. This sense of entitlement, one call is not enough for this lovely program. Yeah, Chris Destiny. Thank you. One call is not enough for this lovely program. Okay, thank you, honey. It's illegal to talk about ESN. They created ESN against the will of the Southeast governors and stakeholders. That's not right. The motive behind the creation of that ESN is to go after the so-called saboteurs. The question is, does it mean that they don't have the right to speak against what we don't like? Okay, Chuku Christian, Chu, Chuku, Chinwuko. Okay. Oh, why not? Okay, thank you. Why are you always talking rubbish? Where did you see Southeast network have problem with any neighborhood watch? Or you see Yoruba media talk about their own Amoteko? Serge Bravo, I pity your ass because you cannot just come on a broadcast and say we're talking nonsense, right? Because you just came here to talk nonsense. You think I give credence to nonsense? I don't give credence to nonsense. When Mickey posts that picture and then it will create serious problem all over. When you post it, it may not create any problem. But when I post it, they just know it's coming from me. So if you don't know, there are people who've got voice, and all we're doing is to use the voice aright. So where do you see it doesn't matter? If you're asking me that very silly question, where I saw it shouldn't be your problem. All that should be your problem is if you've seen it, you may try to say, no, it's not we. It's not ESN having issues with any neighborhood watch. But if anyway, by today, tomorrow, you will sure see it. Then Nata, you come and eat your word. Search Bravo. Iya na chiete na page a because he do no pass it I'll be even mad okwu ọjọọ ọnụ ma ajọka nke ọgọ ọnụ ijedi na la na bebe akwa. So be careful when you come. I keep saying it, be careful when you come. Don't do because others do. You may get the very wrong bait of what others have done. Thank you so much. So I'll end it here so that we don't get it wrong. The bani ogori nwaanyị nọkarịa n'ọgbọ ịmagoro agadi nwaanyị afọrọ ọgba. So thanks guys for coming. Thank you people for following. Thank you people for your input. Thank you people for understanding this topic this evening. Asowa Chuku, you're an idiot. I hope you go cash that in any bank because I said you're an idiot. Thank you people for constantly coming on board to share your ideas, your thoughts, your sincere thoughts. It doesn't matter sometimes whom or how we want to dish out the truth. What matters most times is that the truth has to be said. It just has to be said. We don't care whose ox is God, the truth just has to be said. Thank you, people. Let's hope that this doesn't create an issue by next week. Let's just hope that we can manage this with ourselves. or within ourselves. Please, let's be careful what we post online from now. Thanks and God bless you. Bye.